Hello and welcome to another show and tell. Before anything, if you like this, do subscribe. So, another show and tell, this time another PnP project. It's about At All Costs by Tim Taylor, 2019, Hollandspiele. It's a game about the Eastern Front, First World War. So, without much further ado, we have the rulebook, the usual Hollandspiele type rulebook, nicely structured with colorful examples. The one thing I didn't see is the anatomy of the cards, and that I don't know, maybe will require some digging because like we'll see in a couple of seconds, there are some symbols on the cards that I really don't know what they're about. The rulebook is 15 pages with a nice artwork of soldiers on assault. I believe those are Austro-Hungarian soldiers, but I might be mistaken. So we have something called the theater book because this is the second game in the series. The first one was about the Western Front, so it contains the orders of battle, advanced rules, historical rules, optional rules, bunch of scenarios, a nice piece of advertising for the Fokkerwerke, the Fokker factory, das ideale Sportflugzeug, the ideal sport airplane or plane. Yeah, I like that one of those myself. So these are the reading materials. We have a bunch of counters. I put them in this small toolbox. There are interesting game mechanics. The map contains you move only the army counters on the map, and then there are some displays that contain the units for those armies. I don't know, corps or something like that. I went a bit cheap on this. Maybe there's this is a bit rough around the edges, even though it's a round one. But I said if I like the game, I'll always I can always cut more of these and stuck together and make discs, because in the published game you have wooden discs. But here I used some beer coasters because they can be cut more easier by scissors. And they're round, which are on round counters are always a pain in the neck for a PnPer. And then we have, like I said, units, infantry, cavalry. The greens are ones are Russians. I really like Hollandspiele counter files because they align perfectly. Well, I made a few mistakes, but not very flagrant ones like in other of my attempts at other games. You can see I use the lined ones, which are easier to mess up, and I think I did an okay job. Label paper, front and back, and chipboard. So Russian units, Austro-Hungarian units, again infantry, cavalry, German units, infantry, cavalry, forts. These are auxiliary units and forts, artillery, siege artillery, planes. They call them biplanes, but I can see a reason that there are, I don't know, there weren't many Eindeckers in other as far as I know, in other armies. So yeah, maybe these are the Central Powers one. I put them all together, AH and G, so Austro-Hungarian and German. You have some situational markers, retreat, out of supply, entrenched. Then we have minor powers, like Romanian units, or other one you have something like Polish units. They look like armies, but they're square. Bulgarians and other control markers. Green for the Russians. You see the double-headed eagle, and black for, I presume, the Central Powers, but mainly the German eagle, stuff like that. And some spares, and like any good PnPer, I don't throw them out because who knows what I can use them for. Then we have cards, simple paper, laminated. There are some imperfections here, well, of course, like in any of my PnP builds, but some of the files, but there was a little misalignment for the. I printed them back and front together, so on the same page. But I believe that this is more a testimony for my printer, which is, by the way better than other printers that I used, and in which the tolerance for misalignment was way bigger. This is, I believe, it's okay. Well, it's not perfect. It's not, I don't know, retail worthy, but I like it because I'll be playing it even if it's solitaire suitability low. I'll be playing it one-handed, so solo. So I won't complain to myself too much. Then we have the maps. First we have this piece. This comes with the other map, but I choose not to stick it to it because you see it can function well on its own, and I could place it like that in line with the map, or I could place it this way, as my situation suits it. I mean, if I have a smaller map, sorry, if I have a smaller table, it should do fine. Or if I have a larger table, then I'll use it as instructed, as it was meant. So VP track, 10 track with the years. Of course, the First World War ends on November the 11th, but not in the east because there are operations, Romanian versus Hungarians, and other stuff going on even in 1919 with some historical events like the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk ends the war in the east. Well, ends the war in the east for the Russians. And it's not in winter, it's practically in spring because it's March 1918, I believe, but for gaming purposes, I believe this is it. So this is a part of the map, and then we have the rest of the map. I've chosen, like I said, not to stick all together for carrying purposes and for I don't know, for practical purposes. Why not? So we have a map of the Eastern Front. It's a simple paper, laminated and cut to size. Then we have we have regions. We have it's an area map with the Pripyat marshes right in the middle. A bit of Germany, the eastern part. A bit of I mean the Poland. The western part of the Russian Empire, pre-Soviet, of course, a bit of Austro-Hungary, and the Kingdom of Romania in that part from that time, We have areas that now are in Romania, like Klausenburg, which is Cluj now, and Kronstadt, which is Brașov now, and Hermannstadt, which is Sibiu now, and Bihor, which is Bihor now. Then other parts that are from Hungary and Ukraine and Moldova, North Bessarabia, South Bessarabia, which are Moldova now, the Republic of Moldova. And we have Chernovutz or Chernovitz, like that. We have Bulgaria. So it's nice. It's a very fine looking map. One of the selling points for this game was the map and the army system and everything. So yeah, looking forward to trying it out. The map is made by Ilya Kudryashov. I really like his work, both from Hollandspiele and from other publishing companies. Every name is doubled by the Russian in Cyrillic written name. I don't know if it was really useful for these territories. I mean, these weren't those who belong to Hungary now, or Germany, or Romania, even Bulgaria, because maybe there might be a difference in writing or stuff like that. But hey, for consistency and stuff like that, it's okay. I mean, you have Klausenburg here, as is Cluj, or in Hungarian Kolozsvár. Maybe, I don't know, you could have put Kolozsvár there. Who knows? Not to open another can of worms, but maybe that could have been another possibility. But I understand for consistency and the fact that the main operator for the Entente here is Russia. Okay, so we have the Central Powers, a mix of nations, and Entente, mainly Russia, of course. Romania from a point on. If you see the overall picture, a more reduced, a minor agent in this entire affair. If you look the big picture, of course, there were a lot of casualties from the Iranian side as well, as there were on the Central Power side, of course, Bulgaria, Austro-Hungary, German as well. So it was a bloody business here as well. But I always wanted something like this to emulate. I don't know if it will be the situation or not. To emulate the more mobile and the more possibilities posed by the Eastern Front, more mobile if we compare it to the Western Front, especially from 1915 on. So yeah, so these are a lot of stuff going on, lines pertaining to different periods in the war, cities and stuff like that, centers, oil starts to the Ploiești fields in Romania start to make I don't know, to become important. And then we have another assorted boxes. I mean, some a few boxes that abstract what happens on other fronts, like the Western Front over there, the Italian front over here, the Balkan front over here, Moscow box, because Moscow is way back on the eastern part, and the Caucasus front box. So yeah, nice map. Looking forward to seeing. The other part fell off, but I've already shown that. And then we have what are called displays. So we have the Russian display. Like I said, the discs go on the map, and the units go in each of the army's holding box. So we don't put a lot of units on the map. You only put armies. So from this point of view, it's more like a strategic level game for the eastern part, but maybe it tackles a bit of operational, the operational element. So we have the 12 armies of Russia and the Imperial Guards army. Russian display, units go here, auxiliary units, if I understood correctly, in the square boxes. Then we have the Central Powers display for Germany. We have the 12 armies of Germany here. You see the symbol, the Iron Cross. We have the Central Powers display 2, because these are mainly Austro-Hungarian. You see the dual monarchies symbol there, and we have some armies, the Sud Army, the South Army, and the North Army. This is a mix of German and Austro-Hungarian. This is German, and this is, if I'm not mistaken, Bulgarian. So this is the Bulgarian Third Army. And then we have a double display for the bibliography. If you don't have anything to do as the Romanian player before 1916, you can read the bibliography, and then you jump in the summer of 1916 with the 4 Romanian armies. Well, there is a bit of this is the modern day Romania's symbol. The Kingdom of Romania, the symbol for the Kingdom of Romania was a bit more intricate, but basically it had this. It had an eagle like that, but it really didn't have Transylvania yet, or Bessarabia, because that was or Bukovina, Bessarabia and Bukovina, because that was Russian back then. Only after the First World War were they united with the Romanian kingdom, the Kingdom of Romania. But it's Romania, although it's a bit it's a symbol for the modern day in Romania. I don't really have problems with that. So you can see it's Romanian. It's blue. You see in the rule book that Romanian units are blue, and you can see the insignia. Okay, it's not anything else, so it's functional like that. So yeah, these are the displays. These are about everything. The game looks very interesting. I'm looking forward to trying it out, even if its solitaire suitability is low. I'll be playing it solo mainly. Hope for the best. Hope I find opponents, but if I don't, and I'm really not actively looking right now, I'll be doing my gaming solo. I've done it okay with other games which are more I don't know, averse to solitaire play, so why not this one? Well, thank you for watching. That's about it. Thank you for watching. Hope I didn't ramble on too much. Hope I didn't put you off of this game or the theme or something like that. Like always, these type of games can be a good tool to teach history, and in history one of the most important principles is the one is put forth by Tacitus, sine ira et studio, so without anger or partaking or something like that. So bias, sorry, so without hate and or bias. So that's it. Well, once again, thank you for watching. Goodbye.